This is Melissa Thomas of Florida National News here with former Congressman Alan Grayson. We just wrapped up his debate with Congressman Darren Soto. Firstly, obviously this was round two. So kind of give us your assessment of, the difference between the first one at Tiger Bay and what you learned there versus your debate here tonight.
Well, I think it reinforced the conclusion that anybody would have watching it. The question is, who is going to do a better job for the voters? And the answer is the one who did the better job for the voters. I have a record. I was in office for 6 years. I delivered a Veterans Administration hospital, extension of public transportation, a cut of foreclosures in half, thanks to the Grayson Mandatory Mediation Program, an increase of $100 million in competitive grants in my first year alone. And time after time, people recognized that I was paying attention, working hard, and getting good things done. I passed more legislation than any other member of Congress. Only one of us can say that out of 435, and I happen to be that one. So that's what people want. They want somebody who's going to get good things done for them. That's what you're entitled to. That's what I've been trying to prove to people over the past 6 years in Congress. You're entitled to that. You're entitled to someone who will get good things done for you. Not make excuses, not say, oh, nothing ever gets done in Washington, D.C., but actually get good things done.
And to that point, previously we were talking about obviously the I-4 section down here in South Florida, or excuse me, Osceola County. And I was asking what measures would you take? Of course, you mentioned coming up with a law, but talking about more specifics, are there grants that you would apply for? How would you get the funding for that?
Okay, well, the way this works is that there are different routes that you can take. One route that I took that was non-traditional was I attacked the toll increases in Orange County, and I'm prepared to do that for Osceola and for Polk. The tolls are too damn high. There's a road now in Polk County, you go for 8 miles and it's a $5 toll. That's crazy. Somebody needs to say to the toll authority, no. And right now, nobody's saying that. Darren's not saying that. Nobody's saying that. In addition to that, you can work with the Department of Transportation to keep moving your projects up the line, up the line, up the line. And we were able to do that over and over and over again. That's how, for instance, there's an overpass outside of one of the TV stations here locally. That project languished for years because it cost $40 million. And we managed to find a way to put it up there. Same thing with Sunrail Phase 2. Phase 2 would have never happened except for the fact that I came up with $80 million and got it inside the budget so that it was actually paid for. And that's how these things work. There are different buttons to push, but if you know which buttons to push and you pay attention, you can get things done. Right near here is Florida's Turnpike, where we stand right now. It's just a couple of miles from Florida's Turnpike. That was the largest stretch of highway in America without an exit, and now it has an exit. Now it has multiple exits between Yeehaw Junction and South Orlando, which means you don't have to hold it in for an hour.
And that's very helpful. Very helpful. And then obviously we talked about the road infrastructure, but once you're, given the scenario that you're reelected, what were the first two things on your plate that you would want to get done?
First, impeachment, and secondly, a raise for seniors. It's been 43 years since seniors got a raise, 43 years since the single dollar in increases for the Social Security benefits that seniors need to stay alive. And that's way too long. During that 43-year period, our national per capita income has doubled, and yet seniors haven't gotten 1 red cent in Social Security increases. There's 3 different generations who've cycled through the system without getting a single dollar of increases. And I talked to the Democratic leadership about this, and they agree that that is the next big thing.
All right. Thank you, former Congressman Grayson. We appreciate your time.
Thank you very much, too. Thanks for reporting the news, giving people a chance to see what's really going on.